and welcome. My name is June, and today I'm going to show you guys around my garden. I'm going to show you what I'm doing, things that I plan on getting done, my plans for the next season coming up. Right now I'm just clearing everything up because I didn't like the way it looked. I did, but it gets boring after a while. As a gardener, we love to garden. That's my mom back there picking up cat poop because we have a lot of cats in the neighborhood and they like to use my garden as their litter box. So back here behind me, as you see, is my garden area, and I am going to change it around because I don't like the layout the way it is right now. I feel like when I get out of my kitchen or my house to come pick my herbs, I'm not able to really just go straight and get them. I have to go all the way around, and I rather just have it set up to where I can walk right into the garden rather than having to go all the way around to get into the garden area. So that is my main plan. I had some rocks that I had laid down, as you can see, but the weed burial that I use from Costco, it's horrible. I wouldn't recommend it. It's cheap for a reason. So I'm gonna need better weed barrier. It's cool if you don't have a crabgrass, but if you have crabgrass in your yard and you're trying to cover it up, don't use it unless you put cardboard under it and cover up the grass before you put it down. So right now I have this section that's just covered in grass, literally crabgrass everywhere. All this, as you see, I've moved some of the rocks all the way along and from in between the garden area. Let me walk over here. The garden area, as you can see, there was rocks all along here and all along and all the way back here. As you can see, we moved all the rocks from over there a couple weekends ago. I like to do things in the fall because it's not too hot. I'm in zone 9B, so it gets pretty hot in the summer and it's unbearable. So I don't like to be out here in the summertime. I do come out in the summertime to tend to my garden, but if it's hard labor like moving rocks and things like that, something that's going to be really sweat breaking, I don't want to do that in the summertime. I like to wait till about fall, right at the end of summer, beginning of fall, to start doing things like that. And it makes it easier if we've had maybe a couple of rainy days, because then the ground is softer to work with. So my plan right now is, my goal right now is just really to get all the rock from all the way around here. Let me turn the camera around so I can show you guys. So I have rocks that I laid. It looked really nice when I did it. I laid rocks all along the grass edges. And as you can see, the crabgrass is just so bad that it just came right through the weed barrier. The fabric was just horrible. So I'm going to lift it all up, lift up all the rocks, and try to put down cardboard over the crabgrass, and then also put the professional weed barrier to keep it down, because it is, as you guys can see, horrible. You can't even tell where the grass ends and the weeds begin. But all this is going to be redone. My trees will probably stay exactly where they're at, but a lot of the stuff is going to have to be moved around. I made a plan that I want to follow through and get done and organize things a little more. I just feel like everything is all over the place. So my goal is to really organize the backyard. It is a big backyard, but I love it. And I love doing things new every year. It just gives me something to look forward to for the next season. Just changing things around, whether it's moving plants around. Sometimes we plant them places and they don't do so well, and then you move them and voila, they do amazing, because we have all these little microclimates in our yard. And a lot of us don't know that, but the more you learn, the more you do your gardening, the more you test and trial things, you find out little things that you didn't know, which is all a part of gardening. It's all the joys of gardening. I love it. I love the adventure. I love learning new things every day. I feel like my gardening is teaching me something new, and I enjoy that. I had in my garden bed over there, I had a bunch of roses, and they did not do so well. So what I did, I think about a month ago, I uprooted all the roses and I planted them back here, and I cut them down, and they are doing really good over here. As you can see, I don't know if you can see because of the sun, but this one for some reason really wasn't doing well, but I see it's starting to come out. I see the little buds on there, so I'm so excited for it to grow in. But all the other ones are doing pretty well. So I'm really excited to see all the beautiful blooms that we're gonna get next year from these roses. That's my little munchkin right there. Her name is Aria. I almost called her Lovely. Aria. Say hi, Aria.
Hi.
She's my little garden helper. Don't mind her hair. She's looking like Medusa. These are supposed to be in buns, and she took it out. But this orange tree, and oh my God, look what I just found. There's a bird nest in there. This orange tree I've had for a few years, and it's not a lemon tree, baby. It's a tangerine tree. I've never really had any oranges, and I was planning on getting rid of it at this end of the season, and here we go. Now it's bearing. So I think I'm going to keep it because I really wanted tangerines, and now that they're producing. I did really chop them down a lot at the end of summer, so it's... Sorry, the sun is glaring, but it's doing good. I'm gonna give it another try. I love these. These Oriental banana plants are amazing. This is the worst it looks until I have to chop it down to the bottom for the next growing season, but they do so well over here. Look at this one, just amazing. And I love these elephant ears. This is the upright. Now I bought I think it came 2 bulbs from Costco 3 or 4 years ago. And oh my God, when I say these are amazing, I have them everywhere in my yard now because they're my favorite. I just love them. I've given away so many of them, and they just grow. They do so well in this area. People are always asking for them, and I always share. And that's the beauty of having a garden, right? Getting to share plants. Because most of my plants back here, they're all like perennials, and they like multiply. So I love to share my plants with people. Because when people come over, whether they come over for parties or whatever, visiting, they just always leave. Most of them always leave with a plant, which is amazing. So this is an apple tree that I had this year, and we'll see. We just planted this in, but I might have to move it based on the design that I have now. But it's still a lot to do. I just kind of need to prep it all out. As I said, all this rock, it's not as bad over here, but along the edges, it's really bad. So the whole idea is to really just say hi, Serenity. She doesn't want to be out here. She's not a gardener. She'd rather be inside playing with Play-Doh. But as you can see, there's grass everywhere, and my goal is to lift up as much rocks as I can and cover up all the grass with cardboard, and then put that professional weed barrier down. And I do plan on taking this out. I built this planter bed, I want to say, 6 years ago. I did 6 years ago, and I'm going to have to pull it apart. I'm not sure if there's a way to save the stone so I can use it elsewhere. It would be nice because they cost a lot of money. But if I can't, then I can't. But as you can see, I still have some roses that I need to plant. But I plan on planting these in the front yard when they're ready. That is the goal for now. But there's a lot to be done. The yard is pretty big. So as you can look at this, just horrible, just everywhere. So my goal is to get rid of all the rocks from here and then move them back there. Dump out all these garden beds. I'm gonna take all the dirt out of these and move them on top of this leaf pile that I collected today from the neighborhood. And then what we're gonna do is I'm getting rid of these white garden beds, these vinyls, because they do crack easily, especially when they've been in the hot sun. I know they said lifetime, whatever, it doesn't work. I've had them for maybe 4 years now, so I got my money's worth. But I want to do maybe some cedar garden beds, and I think I'm going to do them 12 foot long. So that's the plan, to do these over here. They'll be going that way. When I come out from the kitchen, I can just walk straight in and pick my herbs or whatever it is I need. I feel sad that I have to uproot a lot of my plants, but I have a lot of garden pots back there that I can put them in until I'm ready. Or I think what I will do is, once I move the dirt pile over here, because it's going to be sitting over here for a while, I'll just plant them in there and they can sit there until I'm ready to move the dirt back in here. I do have a lot of nasturtiums that grew from the seeds that fell. I love these, and these really do help with keeping away pests. I hardly had any pests. Actually, I really did not have any pests this year in my garden, and usually they're just horrible. So I had these, and I had the marigolds. The marigolds are all done, but they smell so good and I love it. So I need to dry these herbs. I have to figure out how to dry these herbs, that way they don't go to waste. These pile of green onions is coming in finally. Mom, did you see the green onions? So that is the plan for today, is to lift up all the rocks just in this section over here, and then dump all the soil out of these garden beds over here on top of these leaves, and go from there and see how things take up. But the crabgrass is just horrible, and if anybody knows the best way to get rid of crabgrass, please let me know, because I've tried pulling them. You leave a little tiny bit and they still take over. It's just everywhere.